Good morning, guys. I want to talk to you about something today. Really quickly though, my HVAC, if you can hear it, it's gonna cut off any second. It's just kind of cold in here today, which is not, I don't know, it's so weird. The other day it was like 87, literally. And then we woke up the next morning and it was 40 degrees. What? This is my secret video. It's obviously usually more laid back. But since I uploaded a video yesterday talking about my period, like what I use for my period, in that video I mentioned that my cycle is like irregular and that I was dealing with like an emergency between November and December, and it was really scary. I mean, I guess it actually also went into January because of everything that happened. So I just thought that it would be nice to get this off my chest, to talk about all the things that I've been dealing with. Excuse me, it's literally like 7 a.m. And yeah, just let you know what's up. So if you care, I don't know, I felt like I should have included this in my period video, but then I felt like it would take up way too much time, like, because it's kind of a lengthy story of like what happened. So let me tell you. So my period has not been regular, like I said in that video, since I was in like high school. Well, because, okay, so in high school I got put on birth control called Depo, which is like a shot you get every 3 months. And whenever you're on birth control, typically your period gets weird anyway. Like, some birth controls make you just not have a period, some make you skip every other month, some make you, you know, it's always weird. And the one I was on, I can't remember what it did. I think it stopped. Excuse me. I think it stopped my period in high school. And that was fine back then. So, you know, as soon as you get on a form of birth control, your cycle's weird. Well, then whenever I got off of it, it never really got back to any sense of normalcy, I guess is what I would say. And normalcy is in like every 28 days. Like, I know a lot of people don't have a perfect period, like exactly every 28 days. Madison's period comes on the dot every 28 days, which is crazy. I mean, I don't know if it's crazy. It's supposed to be normal, but my body hadn't done that since, you know, almost since I had it because of me being on birth control. And then, so as years progressed, yeah, it was like never normal. And sometimes, oh, that's me supposed to be waking up, hold on. So yeah, my period wasn't normal, and then it got progressively like worse and worse, to where sometimes I would skip a month, or sometimes I would have a period that went like a lot longer than my typical ones do, because I typically only bleed for like 4-5ish days. And then, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, okay. Towards the end of last year, like the last 4 months of the last year, probably like my last period was in August. It lasted a lot longer than it should have. Like, it was like probably almost 2 weeks, but it was not heavy. And I hate going to the doctor, you guys. I hate going to the doctor so much, so I avoid it at all costs, which is not a smart move, and I know that now. But that was my mentality, is like, it'll stop, it'll go away, it'll be fine. So it did, of course, in the August one. And then in November, right before Thanksgiving, I started my period again. And it was going long, like it was like 2 weeks and then 3 weeks, and I was like, okay, now I'm getting worried. And Madison started telling me, you should go to the doctor. And I was like, oh, I don't want to go to the fucking doctor. I hate the doctor. And also, another weird little caveat into this, which made things complicated, is I turned 26 in January, which is when you get kicked off your parents' insurance. Like, legally you're not allowed to be on it, or I guess it's according to your insurance policy, but legally you're allowed, they have to let you be on there until you're 26. And whenever you turn 26, you have to get off of it. So I was really worried that even if something was wrong with me and I went to the doctor and I found out something was wrong with me, I would have to disclose it to my insurance, and then I just remembered I have to do something for my insurance. I would have to disclose it for my insurance, and then it would make my premium higher. So I was kind of scared to go to the doctor in general because of that, because I was gonna have to probably get on like marketplace insurance in January. Anyway, so after 3 weeks of bleeding, it started to get worse. Like, you would think after bleeding for 3 weeks, your period would be getting lighter. It was getting to the point where, I don't know if this is TMI, but I was passing like clots every single time I would go to the bathroom, and they were not like little ones, they were significant in size. And it makes me cringe talking about it because I started to get really, really scared. Sorry, normally I'm not awake this early. So yeah, so I started to get really, really scared, like to the point where every time I went to the bathroom, I would like tense up and get really nervous. And so I finally decided to make an appointment for the doctor. So I went to an OBGYN, which I did not think that they would do a pap smear when I was bleeding, but literally they were like, we have to, like, we don't know how else we would figure out what's wrong with you. So they did, and they said my cervix looks great, nothing looks abnormal, we're gonna schedule you for a blood test and ultrasound. Great, because that's something that I was ready to pay all this money for, because that ended up costing me like nearly $400 between all of that stuff. And so I went and got the blood test, went and got the ultrasound. Both of them came back completely normal. My blood test, which is so weird because I thought that for sure the problem was because of a hormone imbalance. Like, it didn't really make sense that I didn't have a hormone imbalance. And she, my OBGYN, also thought something would be up with my thyroid, well, because it regulates your hormones, you know. But nope, my thyroid came back normal, all my hormones came back normal, everything came back completely normal. Same thing for the ultrasound. I have a cyst on one of my ovaries, but they said that's completely normal. And that wouldn't be causing heavier periods. I mean, or irregular periods, like it's, I don't know. The only thing about my blood test though, that came back weird was my liver enzymes. So then I never got resolved what was wrong with my period because nothing they could test came back that anything was wrong. And a disclaimer to that, they gave me these little pills that were supposed to, I guess, thicken my uterine lining and make the bleeding stop, which made me scared because I feel like that means my next period is going to be really, really bad. But at the time, I was bleeding so bad and I was exhausted, you guys. I'm tired right now because I'm up early, but bleeding that way for that long made me so, like, just drained. It was bad. Anyway, so, the bleeding finally stopped after they gave me those pills, so that was good. But then I had to figure out what was up with my liver, so then they scheduled me for another ultrasound. Oh, actually, I went to my PCP to interpret my blood results, and she recommended A, getting more blood work to be sure that the test wasn't just like off that day, and B, getting an ultrasound. Wonderful. So I went back, I got more blood drawn, which is not my favorite thing, and I went and got a vaginal ultrasound. No, an abdominal ultrasound. She scanned my whole body, and I wasn't gonna do that because, yeah, it was expensive. This cost me like a significant amount of money, but the ultrasound was just to rule out that it wasn't cancer, and I felt like I knew it wasn't cancer, like, you know what I mean? But I probably would have always wondered if I hadn't spent the money to do it. And since I was losing my insurance, I got this done like the last week of January, the last ultrasound that I did. And since I was gonna lose my insurance, I was like, well, I just have to do it. Like, yeah, it's expensive, but it's gonna be even more expensive if I wait. So I found out that I have a fatty liver, which is just wonderful because as we were going through the process of figuring out what's wrong with my liver, all my doctors are like, do you drink a lot? Do you take Advil a lot? Like, this stuff, like, what cleaners do you have in your home? Like, all this stuff that I'm so careful about, you guys. Like, I do not drink to the extent of getting drunk ever, and I rarely drink casually, and if I do, it's like wine. I don't drink, and I don't ever take Advil. I'm known in my family for being someone who never takes Advil or like any form of pill for that matter. Obviously, every household cleaner that's in my house is very not toxic. Like, all the things that your liver filters out of your body, I don't even consume them at all. So like, oh, it was so frustrating. But the fatty liver thing is because I'm overweight, obviously, which is a more recent thing. Like, well, I guess like in the last few years I've gained quite a bit of weight just from being less active and more busy at work. And I also was pretty health conscious back in college, since I've gained the weight after college. And I don't have a fucking proper kitchen here, so I don't know, I'm just annoyed at myself for letting it get to this point, because I feel, I don't know, I feel disappointed in myself. And then my doctor told me I should go on this no carb diet, which is really fucking difficult because I feel like that's mostly what I eat, like beans and tofu and rice are my main staples, and they all are carb heavy, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I still don't know what I'm gonna do. But I feel like I would upload this video because A, I feel like I need to talk about it. And B, I'm wondering if any of you guys have ever gone through something or know someone who has gone through this sort of thing. And I don't know, just see who knows what, if anybody knows anything. So yeah, it was a long journey, and I didn't talk about it the whole time just because it's like, if you don't know what's going on, why would you talk about it? And still I don't fucking know what's going on with my period, so that's great. Fuck, I'm so tired. Okay, I have so much stuff to get done today before Madison and I go see some houses. I told you guys in a video last week that Madison and I are in the market for a house. That has been a journey as well, but yeah, I only have a few hours this morning to get stuff done before I have to go do that. So I'm gonna go, but I love you so much. So yeah, I hope you like these secret videos. Let me know if you know anything about what's going on with my stupid body. My body that I'm grateful for, but is not being my friend lately. Okay, I'll see you guys later.